don't cop things for resale, don't do iCloud, don't do email. Feds wanna top up man and wire up man like Chubbs did detail. Back when Ricky was doing up Teasdale, I was doing dinner with Teasy. I didn't trust no one, swore gal lied me cause gal too greasy.
Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Casey. We're back in another video. Today we're going to be reacting to Ups and Downs from Hell in a Cell 2020 by What Culture Wrestling. 2020's Hell in a Cell was last night. I watched it. Pretty good show. I loved it. I loved the first two Hell in a Cell matches. The third one really wasn't that good. It was kind of boring, but it's still surprised me when I seen Randy Orton win the championship. So it's like, okay. So we're going to react to the Ups and Downs from Hell in a Cell 2020. And make sure to smash that like button. Comment below on things you want me to react to. Let's get into this reaction. Ooh.
Hello, my friends. If you are watching this episode of Ups and Downs to answer one simple question, which is, was Hell in a Cell 2020 better than that disaster that was known as Hell in a Cell 2019?
It was better than last year.
Well, the answer is yes.
Hell yeah.
Everybody calm
last year
down.
was bad.
Let's go lie in the bath. Not together. We don't know each other that well. But the point is, we can all just relax. My name is Simon Miller, and now there's more business to attend to.
They did have a match last night.
Doesn't even make sense. But we are going to take the finger of power. We're going to go through this
pay-per-view,
and we're going to give the good bits an up, and we're going to give the bad bits a down. And thankfully, there's a lot of both. Let's do it.
What kind of corny, fake WWE intro is this?
I tell you what, WWE has finally found their feet with the Thunderdome. I mean,
Thunderdome? What?
The sound and the audio quality sounds really good. If you just took a moment and closed your eyes, you could pretend we were living in normal times. Don't do that, though. It makes you weird. It's a television show you're meant to watch. You're not Rey Mysterio. There's also a hilarious moment early on where Michael Cole went, "Welcome to hell!" And then he left way too long a gap before he said "in a cell," so it was like he was welcoming you to some kind of demonic party. I don't want to go. On a more negative note, the red hell in a cell sucks. I just wanted to get it out there. So every time I'm seeing it, I'm just like, ugh. It's like some kind of jumper your nan got you for Christmas. But forget about all that. Chuck it out the window, because we kick things off with Roman Reigns,
which is a really good idea. At the same time, I kind of wish it was the main event, the way it ended.
Look, I tell you this right now, it's not just getting an up, it's getting a golden up. In fact, it's getting a tribal chief. Oh, Roman Reigns is getting a tribal chief.
I kind of like the no Roman thing.
Because if
the tribal chief thing, I like it.
And he didn't play ball with Roman Reigns, his great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren were still going to be waking up and sitting around the breakfast table and saying to Mummy and Daddy, "Why aren't we allowed to talk to the rest of our relatives?" And they'd be like, "Well, because stupid Jey Uso got us kicked out."
I can imagine Thanksgiving at
That's what Roman said. This was also always going to be brutal because, of course, it wasn't like a quick match. But my word, the intensity ramped
brutal
up
match.
so quickly.
I felt like there was going to be some bloodshed, but it really wasn't.
Because Roman Reigns, he'd gone crazy.
But it was
He's
good.
Walking around the room going, "Family, family, family." And Jey Uso was like, "Nah, man, family's fine. It's you." And then you don't say that to Reigns. He started to beat him up. They were brawling around the outside before you could say head of the table. And also WWE did the worst job ever here of bleeping Jey Uso because he went, "I don't quit sh-." And the bleep came after he had said the expletive.
They should have left it. It was a brutal match.
We started to let
it was
things
really
play out.
touching to the heart.
Every time Jey Uso would get some momentum, Roman would cut him off with a devastating spear.
Don't spear out of nowhere.
Was bonkers. He kept talking to himself, going, "Well, I hit him with one spear. One spear should keep him down. Why isn't he just staying down?" He was a little bit like Stone Cold Steve Austin when he turned bad guy in 2001, but actually, dare I say it, maybe even more believable.
Don't compare that.
Sense. And by the time Uso was hitting multiple splashes off the top and the referee was saying, "Roman, do you quit? Do you quit?" He was like, "No, head of the table. Head of the table."
Head of the table, don't quit.
I was emotionally invested in this. I tell you, go and watch it.
This would have been main event. This should have been main event.
Viewed movies that have less.
This and the other Hell in a Cell match.
Jey was then smashing Roman with a leather strap.
The strap was. I was even getting.
Roman had the strap.
I wasn't expecting that.
Slamming Jey Uso, and it sounded like a bomb was going off. So really, WWE snuck a third stipulation in here, because not only was it going on in Hell in a Cell, not only was it I Quit, but yeah, for a good chunk, it was also a strap match. Too much. The whole point, though, was that Jey Uso was never going to quit, so when he had fought back, and he had the leather strap, he started choking Roman Reigns, and I kid you not,
he put him to sleep.
It looked like Roman Reigns had been murdered in the middle of the ring. Drool coming out of his mouth was all like, looking like that. The ref was like, well, I don't really know what to do because this guy.
And that ref was all
You
confused.
just hear a little whisper from Roman's mouth, and you listened in, and he went, head of the table, of course. Now, in any real walk of life, this whole thing would have been
And then he
called
put
off,
him
but
in
it's
the
sports
guillotine.
entertainment, and you have to say I quit if you want the match to end. Roman Reigns decided he was going to do that by locking in the guillotine choke, but then we had the reverse of what we had just witnessed. Jey Uso was then knocked out cold on the floor, and Roman didn't know what to do. I mean, this match type makes absolutely no sense, but I flubbing love it. Reigns also had a look on his face like he was playing Professor Layton and he couldn't solve the next puzzle. Then I genuinely got really scared, because Roman said to himself, well, if he ain't gonna quit, I'm going to take it to the next level. And I got down on my knees. I said, Roman, please. I was like Paul Heyman. I was like, Roman,
Man,
please
they could have got
don't take
streamed
it to
that
the
night.
next level.
They could have got streamed.
You know what he did? He took Jey Uso to the outside. He positioned his head next to the ring post, put the steel stairs on the other side of his skull, and then did a drive-by, meaning he pushed the man's face right into
Which
some
kind of
steel.
hurts. And that looks like it hurt. Even with the hand right there, you can see him putting his
WWE
hand.
wanted it to.
But that still looked like it
Who
hurt.
cares? The meaning behind
But this
it,
match was really
I
touching to the
doing
heart. It was like
ballet dance.
family.
The ref then decided he was going to stop it, but thank everything, Roman grabbed him and chucked him out the ring. You already screwed up the Hell in a Cell last year. We don't need to do it again. And also, like John Cena said in 2011, somebody's got to win this fight. A bunch of other officials then ran in, hoping that their presence would stop this.
Yeah, Postmate
That is
P.
like trying to turn
Peace.
a light switch off with an orange. It wasn't going to
Nope.
work. So Reigns decided, fine, if he's not going to quit, I will murder him. And as Jey Uso lay on the floor, he got the
Jimmy
steel
shouldn't have
stairs,
came out there.
and he was about to smash it right into his skull when Jimmy Uso genuinely appeared from nowhere. He must have come out of the Phantom Zone. I was like, where did he come from? He was protecting his brother though, and actually
And he-
started to say
he tried to talk to
You
Roman.
know who this is?
Not a
this
good idea.
Is Josh, which is Jey Uso's real name. Now I know sometimes when wrestling does that, it can be really corny and really cheesy, but somehow everybody involved in this feud is just, I don't know, they're just all so believable. They're completely buying in. So I was sat there going,
They got really
he's
serious.
Jey Uso in the wrestling world. In the real world, he's Josh. Makes perfect sense to me. Jimmy and Roman also had this amazing moment here that actually felt like they emotionally connected.
I thought Jimmy was gonna turn on Jey.
And then,
Not
you
gonna
know
hold you.
what Roman did? He grabbed Jimmy Uso, the man who's recovering from a serious knee injury, and he started to choke.
He put him in the guillotine.
Jey Uso saw this. He said the words, I quit, because he was so worried for his brother. And I mean it, this is some of the best damn shib WWE.
And this should have main
done.
evented.
I mean, you had storytelling, you had emotion, you had investment, you had characters, and you had this absolutely incredible shot of Roman Reigns standing over his fallen brethren as
And
he
now they're
lifted
not,
up
they're not
his
even the
arm.
family anymore.
I will eat at Roman Reigns' table if he ever invites me. If you are watching Reigns, I'll be there. I'll bow down to you the whole time. We've
Nah, he ain't my
established
tribal
that.
chief.
Just
He's not my
awesome.
tribal chief.
Arthur and Sika were then on the ramp,
Which was really anticlimactic, 'cause you have-
once again,
you have the two biggest
they
names
embraced him
in the whole family.
just to double down on this idea that he is the face of the company, he is the Universal Champion, he is the head of the table. I'm going to stop doing that, but he is the man. Somehow,
Alpha and Sika came
Jimmy
out
and
there.
Jey
I was
now have
really
to join
surprised.
Roman in this weird clan thing, and you got this kind of, I don't even know, this Stockholm Syndrome deal going on. It's the way you got to go. I don't even care. Even if they absolutely screwed this up for what we've had over the last couple of months, it gets a round of applause. As you can probably tell, given how long I just talked about that, I thought this rocked. It was then straight into Jeff Hardy versus Elias, and I audibly said out loud, why do we keep doing this stuff?
This could have been a Raw
Yeah.
match or a pre-show
What
match.
turnaround that is. Because much like with Sheamus, as soon as Elias came out to do his song, the Ling Ding Ding, his big point was, I don't like Jeff Hardy because he's a drunk. Now look, I get it. If Jeff Hardy...
Why they
is
gotta
cool
hate
with
on
this,
Jeff
that's
for? I
fine.
understand
He's
this
bald
is the whole
asshole
Sheamus
to
feud all
say
over again.
Otherwise, but it's just too close to home. And in terms of the timeline, I kind of feel like Jeff Hardy's last incident didn't happen that long ago. Why do you have to bring it into the story? It makes me uncomfortable.
They do it
You
every
enjoy
time,
that's
and it's
fine.
kind of messed up.
I'm me,
He's trying to change.
I don't. And it's also another down because the match was utterly pointless.
Oh, yeah.
Down. Because they fought for around about 7 minutes, and Jeff Hardy was going to win with the Swanton Bomb. Elias got out of the ring. Jeff Hardy then went down onto the mat as well.
Match should have restarted
Elias
and
went
became
to hit him
Extreme
with the
Rules
guitar,
match,
missed.
or no
Jeff Hardy
disqualification.
got it, and being the absolute moron he is, he
Where's
hit
Post
Elias
Mate
with
P
the
at?
guitar, and he
Like-
got disqualified. What a waste of my life. Plus, it means we are going to do another match down the line.
Probably on Raw.
Not excited about it. Sorry. And the sadness then kept
Oh.
on coming because it was Otis versus
Which
The Miz.
I feel Otis should have won
Now,
that
the main
whole
reason
case
for this
thing.
is because of the
But
big surprise we got at the end. I'm very proud to say I actually picked up on this halfway through the match. I don't know what happened, but my brain just triggered and went, I think Tucker is going to turn on Otis.
I was not expecting
Lo and behold,
this.
Tucker didn't
I saw it,
Otis. I know
and
some
I
people
was
enjoyed the
surprised.
surprise, and I'm honestly totally cool with that, but this just screamed of, oh, we can turn someone for the sake of turning.
So now what are they gonna do?
But
Have
after
Otis go to
John
Raw?
Morrison had gone to hit
Or are they gonna
Otis with
have
the Money
him
in the
play on
Bank
SmackDown,
briefcase,
do his own
the
thing?
ref had seen him and kicked him out. Tucker had it. He smashed his former brother, friend, whatever the hell they are, right in the head. Miz was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. He pinned him. And just to make it even worse, yeah, it means The Miz is now the new Mr. Money in the Bank.
Which-
I just thought it was so much more fun when Otis had that privilege.
I
And
thought
cried
Otis was
when it
gonna
happened
win
too,
money,
simply
win the
because
championship.
I
I
don't
had
wanna see
some
Tucker
hope,
versus
but at the
Otis.
same time, I
wanna
thought they
see
were
them
gonna
as
finagle
buddies,
him out of it.
and I wanna see
So
them
this is the
as
way they
pals.
finagled him out
Tucker
of
did
it.
explain himself afterwards, and it was that stereotypical nonsense of, well, we were always in the team, and I was always the main person in the team, I did all the work, but all the spotlight was on Otis. I couldn't buy into it. I couldn't believe it, because at no point has Tucker seemed pissed off at all. In fact, he has felt like all he's wanted to do is make Otis's life the best thing ever.
And that's what
yes,
Tucker
I
was
get it. You
doing,
can
but
then
now
say,
he's
but
jealous?
That's what makes it
That
all the
tag
more,
team-
oh my
no,
God, God,
Tucker just
believe
mad
it.
'cause he didn't
But
get the
I
money to
need
make opportunity.
storytelling, and I need the planting of seeds, and this just
He
felt
just
like
jealous
someone in
'cause
the
he got
back
the
went,
bad-
well,
he got
we
the
could
girl.
turn Tucker heel, and Vince McMahon went, yeah, pal, that will be great.
I'm not.
That
I wasn't
wasn't-
feeling
I
that.
tell you what was
But
though,
this,
Sasha Banks versus
Sasha
Bayley.
is my tribal
Vicious
chief.
up. Now the great thing here, because we were going to have 3 Hell in a Cell matches on the show.
Now, this
Roman
should have
Reigns
also
versus
main
Jey
evented.
Uso
I would have been
basically
fine
more
if
of
this
an
main
quick match.
evented.
Then in a Hell in a Cell match, when we got Sasha and Bayley, they were allowed to do your more traditional Hell in a Cell bout, and they absolutely kicked each other's ass. Sasha and Bayley made the most of
Yo,
that too,
that match
because
was
there
brutal.
weapons,
It
there was
had
chairs, there was
emotion,
tables. At one point,
storytelling,
Sasha kind of ran up
everything
one
in
of
it.
these tables and kneed Bayley's head right into the steel. There is no way they woke up this morning feeling particularly spruce.
Oh, no.
This continued too, and Banks was just waylaying.
This
Bayley
was
with
emo-
these
this
tempo
is
shots. It sounded
emotions,
absolutely disgusting.
a lot
Then she
of
climbed to the top
building
rope,
up
she
from
went
the
for a frog
summer,
splash, and Bayley
from
made
the
a chair
heel
appear from nowhere,
turn
and Sasha smashed right
into the match on
by the hand.
SmackDown
And then
till
off
now
her,
in Hell in a
there's
Cell
the
and so.
ladder. What the hell was this too? I mean,
And
Bayley
real
placed the ladder on
anticlimactic
2
to
chairs,
see
got
Bayley
some
try to
spray
spray paint
drew
her.
an X onto her former best friend, I suppose because she forgot where the target was. She then went for the top. She went for a move. Sasha Banks got out the way, meaning Bayley, because she was holding a chair, not only went careering into the ladder, but the chair smashed right in her face. I said, ow. They continued to kill each
And
other,
then
including
Banks' statement
trading
over the
Bayley
neck
bellies until
with the
Sasha
chair.
finally got the Banks
That
statement
was
on,
brutal.
But she followed up what she did on SmackDown. She got a chair
And started
essentially
stomping on the
wrapped
chair.
that
Like,
around
she coulda
Bayley's
broke her
skull
neck
to
like
make
that.
it
Like,
even
that
worse.
shit
And
was
after
brutal.
like 7,000
But it was
days
worth it,
as
'cause
SmackDown Women's Champion,
that Bayley
tapped out.
reign was
Sasha
over.
Banks is your new title holder. This is something, much like the first match, you need to go out of your way to see. Absolutely
really good
fabulous.
match.
And yeah,
Really
I get
great
it. This was
match.
absolutely bizarre, given it's the first match in the feud, and it feels like we've already.
And
blown the
it
whole
is
thing
first
off.
match in
How
the
we get
feud.
to round
And I
two,
feel like there's
don't
gonna be
know.
some more to
Maybe we can
come.
come up with a stipulation.
And it's
that
gonna be
whoever
really
loses
great.
Has to leave the family. Wait, no, we've done it. Jokes aside, though, these two lived up to all the expectations in the world.
Kudos to them.
Okay, right, let's get this done. During the pre-show, Retribution and Ali had told the Hurt Business, you pick any of your guys and we'll pick any of our guys and we'll have a match later on. Long story short, it was Bobby Lashley taking on Slapdick,
Nah,
Slapjack,
Slapjack.
whatever his name is. And then, of course, Slapjack lost.
I'm thinking the
after he
Fiend gonna
tapped
come out
to
or
the Hurt.
something. But we gotta wait till Raw to see the Fiend.
And then a bunch of other dudes from Retribution came in, but Bobby Lashley fought them off. And then the Hurt Business came down afterwards, and they chased away Ali. And
They need to make
as
Retribution
far
look
as I'm
strong
concerned,
because
are
they're making them
absolute
seem like they're weak.
pants.
Really weak.
They all started to stare at each other afterwards, but why the hell you would continue this program on, I don't know. And in fact, the only reason WWE is going to do it is because Survivor Series is next month and you have the relevant numbers. But why would you be scared of Retribution at this stage unless you are an electrician? They have turned up and done the grand total and nothing.
No,
Really sorry
they
for
haven't.
Ali. So damn good. He gets put in a big position.
And Ali, his
Throw
team
away.
getting wasted.
Somebody
They got
expect
buried
this
by the
to be.
Fiend.
Our main event was then Hell in a Cell Round 3, or Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. And I will say, this was the least best of the trio.
No.
But I'm saying least
It was
best,
kind of boring.
still pretty good. And if you're trying to wondering how we put a spin on this one, we've already talked about Sasha and Bayley and Roman and Jay. Well, here it was time to go back to the future. Nope, done it again. was time to go back to the top.
Oh.
Owen didn't get an entrance here because he had dressed back up as Sam Fisher in order to attack.
Which
Drew
was
McIntyre
kind of
during
smart.
And before we did
At the
go
same
to
time,
the
he
top of
should've-
the Hell in a Cell,
he should've had a
once
weapon.
more, these two just
Kendo
pounded
stick,
the
a chair.
hell out of each other. The problem was, even though we saw things like suplexes through tables that were balanced against the side of the Hell in a Cell, we'd already seen so much. It's just how it works, isn't it? If I wave at you once, like, oh, he waved at me. If I wave at you 20 times, and the 20th one, you're like, well, it's nice that I'm still getting a wave, but maybe we could do something else. That's why you shouldn't have 3 Hell in a Cell matches on the same show. So this did all lead to them getting out of the cell because Randy Orton got those bolt cutters again.
But I feel like there should have been more to it.
This was, well, I wonder what he's going to do with
Obviously,
those.
you're gonna open it up.
How can
Like,
you
the
not figure it
commentary
out?
was
A
kinda
child
annoying.
could figure it out, and we also need to kind of stop doing this because it completely reduces what the Hell in a Cell was built for. It was to trap 2 people inside. Now everybody's getting out like it's kindergarten. Also, why did they go to the top? I don't know, and the whole reason is simply because when The Undertaker and Mick Foley did it 22 years ago, it looked really cool.
Now it's just like
Shame on me.
nobody
Here
went
we are in
through. Nobody went
2020,
through like the
and yes,
cell.
it still looks really cool. Orton's plan when
Nobody
they
got
up
tossed
there
off
too
the cell.
was just to hit
Like,
Drew
no.
McIntyre in the balls with a pipe. And as soon as he had done that, so Drew was like, oh, my testicles, Randy Orton started climbing back down.
Which was
If
kind
you
of,
take
it wasn't
this
really
out of
worth. It
context,
wasn't worth the
it was
climb up.
truly bizarre. It also got even more crazy because as they were climbing back down, they started to play Super Mario World. Do you remember when Mario used to climb on that red fence? But Randy hit Drew McIntyre's arm and he fell from pretty much the
I
top
thought
or
Drew was
halfway
dead.
up, and he went crashing
Personally,
through a
I
tape.
thought
It
Drew
doesn't
was
matter how
dead.
many times I see that, I was
I thought it was a
always
serious
wince.
injury.
It's like a bomb going
but
off. We then built to the finish. and
Drew
it
was just coughing
kind
up
of
blood, and that was really
unexpected,
it.
'cause Drew McIntyre went for the Claymore kick. He missed. Randy Orton turned it into an RKO. 1, 2, 3. We have a brand new
And Randy, the
WWE
14-time champ.
His name, Randy Orton. So I guess that's why we went the extra month with this feud, because I thought we were going to pay it off 4 weeks ago. So we're going to have to wait and see. But it's not a massive problem that Drew McIntyre lost to Randy Orton, because it's flipping Randy Orton. I'm just confused.
And I'm thinking
as
Survivor Series is gonna be good.
Look, like I say, even though there was a bit of, oh, how are we going to get away with 3 Hell in a Cell matches? And it is still too much. All of them offered something different. All of them were pretty good. And overall, Hell in a Cell 2020 is getting an up. And that's a massive achievement, because Hell in a Cell 2019 overall
terrible.
got a brown down. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about last night's Hell in a Cell. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Head over to whatculture.com where you can
Alright.
read more.
So basically, I felt like Hell in a Cell this year was way better than last year. But at the same time, the third Hell in a Cell match between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, it was kind of like good versus evil. It's more of like there wasn't really no big build, like how Roman and Jay were doing it, and Sasha and Bailey. Like there's history, and there's like all you had with them two was Randy's wants to match. Randy's been taking on Legend Killer. It's more like I can cool Randy winning the championship, and I like that. But at the same time, it's kind of happy a little bit because McIntyre's gone with the championship, because he wasn't really one of those champions where like, oh wow, he's a champion. It's like one of those, he's a champion, it's gonna get boring, and so on and so forth. But in personal opinion, I feel like leading into Survivor Series this year is gonna be good, especially if they do the brand versus brand thing again. I feel like that this could take a time and they could redo some rivalries, and they could really redo things while they do the brand versus brand thing, because with Survivor Series here, you can take time off the main canon storylines and put all the brands against each other and build that up. So you can, once Survivor Series is done, you can start the new rivalry going into the winter time, and then you got the Royal Rumble coming up, and then you got all types of different events coming up. So it's like you can build that up. But that's the video. Hope you liked the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.